Ashley, the Orange Lady, here to give you the juice you need to build and sustain your career. I am a professional with experience in tech, nonprofit, and the public sector. And let's use my first-gen experience so that I made mistakes that you don't have to. Okay, speaking of being a first-gen professional, that is what I really want to dig into today, because I think that there are certain pieces of your career, like especially the job seeker cycle, that are particularly impacted by being first-gen. If we want to define first-gen, I'm not going to do that because many people have different ways of looking at it. It can be that you are first-gen to go to college in the States or in a particular country. It could be that you are first gen to even go to college that your parents did not. It could be that you are first gen moving to a country and first to go to college. All of those things, definitions are very different. Okay, so now that we have a very blurry vision, just kidding, of what first gen is, I want to talk about that job seeker journey. And it starts with, as a first gen, you already have a smaller network, right? If you do not have a professional network from your parents and community, then you're already starting off with like a little bit of a, I don't want to say a hindrance, but it's something you have to account for, because a lot of people get their jobs through there. I can hear you say it, network. Look, 70 to 80%, I've seen stats in between both that say that people get their job through their social network. That's like, hey, Michelle, I saw this job for you. It's my friend that's hiring. Do you want me to put a word in for you? And then all of a sudden, Michelle has a new job. It literally happens like that. I know that sounds so crazy, but that is legit how it works. And I have stories upon stories of JuiceBar members that have done just that. Myself included. I think I talk about having like 7 jobs that I got somehow through my network, or I was given a leg up because someone vouched for me. Okay, so referrals. That's the first piece that I think you're as a job seeker is impacted by being a first-gen professional. If you don't have a big network, how do you get a referral? And some of you have goals of working for these big tech firms or like really big financial institutions or really cool companies. I'm not gonna name any, okay, I don't wanna get in trouble. But those companies also have a lot of people that think they're really cool and they have a lot of applications. So if you want a chance to even get your resume seen, you need to go in through a referral. So building on that, it's that you need the network to do it, and you need to not be scared to reach out. Maybe somebody went to your same undergrad. Maybe somebody has, you worked at a different place that they worked at before, and so you can make a connection that way. Cold call. It's okay to cold DM people on LinkedIn. Like, it's fine. If they don't respond, who cares? It's okay. Like, you didn't lose anything. You only have something to give. Okay, so let's fast forward. You got your referral. You nailed the interview. You got the job. So this is another piece where first-gen professionals are not typically prepared, and that's to negotiate. Raise your hand or put your hand on your chest. Clutch your pearls. If this has been you. Oh my gosh, you get a job offer and it is more money than you have ever seen, that you ever fathomed being able to make in a year. And you just go, yes, except when can I start? I've done that. I've done that too. That's why I push so hard to make sure that you negotiate. Every time that you get a new job is an opportunity to negotiate. You never have more negotiating power except for in that moment, because think about it. They have spent time and money placing ads, having a recruiter screen you, going through an entire interview process, and deciding that you are their person. They don't want to lose you now. So by negotiating, you're not going to like make them rescind their offer unless you're a total asshole, but you're not, so we're not worried about that. And I do think 2023 negotiations do look different. You can't push quite as hard. We got our referral, we got the job, we negotiated, we got all the things that we wanted. Just kidding. You got a few of the things that you wanted because that's how negotiations work. If you didn't get more pay, maybe you got more paid time off. Okay, now you're getting ready to start your new job and you're so excited and nervous. And you think that if you just work hard enough, let me just have sips water, that everything will be fine. Your boss will notice, you'll get recognition. Pretty soon you'll be promoted because you just are really good at your job and worked really hard. No, that's not it. It's like, I don't know, I exaggerate, say 90% is your brand. And that means being your brand ambassador, that you are advocating for your work, that you are making sure it gets seen, that people understand your contributions. Think about it. Your boss, maybe you are their only direct report. Great. But probably not. That means they are trying to keep track of all of these different people and understand how they are contributing. You think they remember what you did a month ago? Think about it, annual reviews. You think they remember what you did 9 months ago? I don't remember what I did 9 months ago. That's why I record it. So making sure that you understand that as an employee, you have a brand and a responsibility to make sure that your work gets seen. It's your responsibility, not your boss's or anyone else's. Okay. So we got a referral, we've negotiated, we understand, we have a kick-ass brand that we're making sure we get recognized. Let's switch to the fourth thing, and that's more of a personal thing. And that's that where cultural differences come into play. And what I mean is that depending on your background, if you are first gen, you are already separating yourself and doing something different, right? Getting an education is going to separate you. Sometimes then comes next, more money, right? You may be making more money than your parents have. You may learn things that your parents never had access to, or your community, like old friends, right? And people are going to say, oh, you changed. You're not the same. Well, I hope not. I have a whole lot of debt that says I should never be the same. So it is something that we don't necessarily talk about a lot. And I want to make sure that you are prepared and know that you're not alone. Like a lot of us deal with how to navigate learning things and being in different environments and having good challenges, like money challenges, like, oh my gosh, I make this money. What do I do now? How do I invest? How do I save? How do I make sure that I have a strong financial foundation? Especially shout out to our first gens that know that they're going to be helping take care of their parents because they don't have access to retirement funds and things like that as they get older. Like, you need to build your financial foundation now and understand that it's going to hurt when people say you've changed or you think you're better than us. Don't forget why you're doing it and that you are not alone in hearing those things and processing them, and you have community to be able to share that with. Okay, I think I just talked nonstop. When Michelle edits this, she's gonna kill me because she's always like, pause, Ashley, take a break, breathe. And I was like, but I have so much to say. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for this week. We went through referrals, negotiating, having your brand, and being prepared for the mental toll it takes on you when you do chart a new path for yourself. So cheers. Now you've got the juice. It's time to put it to use. I'm Ashley the Orange Lady. See you next week.